Hello, I'm Sinta Danu, and welcome to Celestial Guidance Weekly Astrology and Tarot. So today we're going to be going over the Aquarius Full Moon that happens on August 19th. So that is going to be next Monday. I'm going to go into a horoscope for each of the 12 signs and how the full moon is affecting each sign. All right. And before we get started, if you haven't heard yet, I am doing my Astrology Basics course. Now, it has already started. So right now you cannot sign up for the bundle because I'm trying to get through the workshops. Currently, I'm having them once a week. Now, I will be doing the Astrology Basics course one more time as a live workshop series. However, it's not going to be for about 2 months. So if you are interested in getting the whole course, you can wait until that promotion comes up. And the earlier you sign up, the better the deal you're going to get. Because I am going to have an early bird special for the Astrology Basics course. And either way, of course, if you have any questions, you can message me. You can comment on any of my Facebook posts. There's an event page that has information about when and where, etc. It is over Zoom, but all of the events are on my business page if you're looking to sign up for any of the workshops. And I will be promoting in the next couple weeks for the next time I'm going to run the workshop series if you want to get the whole series, especially for a really good price. All right. So let's move on. So the horoscope with this. So for Aries, right, this definitely has that feeling of a situationship or issues between your friends and your lovers, and it's creating a lot of tension in your house of values and income because you've got the moon in the 11th, the sun in the 5th, and Uranus in the 2nd. So it's creating this T-square to the 2nd house. So there's just a lot of tension on your finances, your material wealth, the things that you own, your possessions, as well as your income, the money that's coming in, and your value. So that's really uncomfortable for you. You've probably been going through a lot of changes around your values, and this is just really triggering some chaos and retrospection in terms of your values and how you're making money. However, this is a really good time for Aries to make money through creativity and networking. So I would use this full moon to get out there, network, use your creative talents, and connect with people. All right, Taurus. So Taurus, this is in your 10th, 4th, and 1st house. You've got moon in the 10th. So there's some kind of rebellious energy with the moon. You're feeling the need for progress and innovation in terms of your career, which is at odds with your ego in terms of needing emotional safety, as well as dealing with family, potentially like a male family member as well could be kind of an issue at this time. And so these issues with family are in opposition to this need for progress in your career. And you may be also wanting children or very focused on creativity, children, play, and pleasure when it comes to your home life, and those are kind of at odds. And this is creating a lot of tension to your 1st house of self. So your identity is really taking a hit. You may feel like you're not able to express yourself, Taurus, especially in a way that is aligned with values and in regards to money as well as your possessions. So there's definitely, you're not feeling like you can really be yourself because of the issues at home and in your career. All right, Gemini. So Gemini, the moon is going to be in your 9th house. The sun is going to be in your 3rd house. And Uranus is going to be in the 12th on this full moon. So with the moon in the 9th house, you have a need, an emotional need for progress and innovation in regards to religion, culture, long distance travel. So you may be really rethinking your beliefs. You may be wanting to be a little bit rebellious in regards to the culture or religion you grew up in. And that's in opposition. That energy is in opposition to the sun being in your 3rd house. So your ego is really connected with your community and your siblings and your cousins and your early education, early life. So you may be feeling this inner tension between your need for personal growth in regards to religion and culture, and that maybe feel at odds with your ego and how you grew up and how that made you feel safe, or that's really connected to how you identify yourself. And this is creating a lot of inner tension to the 12th house. So that's where this T-square is hitting, is in the 12th house of the subconscious. So this may be kind of triggering you and maybe bringing up a lot of like unpleasant memories, a lot of things that need purged, maybe even repressed memories. But yeah, there's a lot of stirring in your subconscious due to all this tension. So this is a really good time to kind of work on releasing beliefs that no longer serve you, purging deep emotional blocks and limitations from your subconscious because of all this energy that's hitting there. Now, Cancers. So Cancer, the moon is going to be in your 8th house, the sun is going to be in your 2nd, and Uranus is going to be in the 11th. So in the 8th house, you're feeling a need for innovation, progress, this kind of rebellious nature in regards to like transformation, death, taxes, shared resources. So you may be feeling like you don't really want to share resources, that you need to separate your resources from other people. You may feel a need to reinvent yourself and transform deeper traumas or levels of intimacy with other people. And with the sun in the 2nd house, this is at odds with your finances though. So it may be hard for you right now to separate your finances from someone else. And so there's a lot of ego around like, I need income and money and material possessions. And you're focused on that. And that's not allowing you to progress in your shared resources. You don't feel that you can move forward with that because of that tension and the need for compromise there. Now, with Uranus in the 11th house, this is creating some chaos to your friendships, networking groups, associations. So this is just putting a lot of tension on your friendships and any network that you have, groups that you're part of. There's just a lot of tension to that area. So you may be having some conflict with friends over money and shared resources at this time. Maybe you're having difficulty and not able to go hang out with your friends because your finances aren't really great. It could also be that you are maybe trying to get help from your network in order to improve your finances. This could also be like you pursuing loans or grants. It is a good time to work on loans and grants in regards to getting more business income though. So if you're working on your business income, if you're hoping to get loans, especially business loans, this is a good time to do that. So if you really want something to focus on during this time, I would focus on like getting business loans, improving your network, and focusing on how you can combine all of those energies to grow your income and shared resources. So Leo, this is going to be in your 7th house. So the moon's going to be in the 7th, the sun's going to be in the 1st house, and Uranus is going to be in the 10th. So with moon in the 7th house, there's a need for innovation and change and kind of rebelliousness in regards to your one-on-one relationships, maybe a marriage or a business partner, also maybe conflict with any of those people or an open enemy that you have. The sun is going to be in the 1st house, right? Because this is your birthday season. So your ego is very focused on yourself, your identity, your needs. So there's definitely this conflict between you and other people in general. Whereas like you feel the need to grow in your relationships, but your ego is also very much focused on yourself and maybe not as willing to compromise. And that's creating a lot of tension. And that tension is really manifesting in the 10th house of your career and reputation. So I would be very careful not to cause too much conflict in your one-on-one relationships or with other people, because it's likely to impact your career and reputation at this time. However, this is a really great time for you to work on your relationship to the public. This is a great time if you're wanting to become famous, or even if you're just trying to build a reputation, you know, display your expertise in a field and be able to build up your career and reputation at this time. this is a really great time to work on your one-on-one relationships and your career and your image that you're trying to portray, right? So this is altogether a great time to do that. Just be careful that you're not really offending anyone at this time. So focus on your career and building it through your one-on-one relationships, Leo. All right, so Virgo. The moon is going to be in your 6th house, the sun is going to be in the 12th, and Uranus is going to be in the 9th. With the moon in the 6th house, you're looking for change and kind of a rebellious, chaotic nature in terms of your health and day-to-day life. So you may be feeling the need for a change in your routine. Your routine may be feeling really dull or repetitive right now, and you're looking for some sort of change and more spontaneity in your day-to-day life. You're needing more spontaneity into your day-to-day life and your work. However, the sun is going to be in your 12th house, so your ego is very focused on your subconscious needs. So you may be being like overly protective. Your ego may be in a state where it's trying to protect you because it's trying to protect your subconscious and maybe things that you're not ready to process just yet. So it might be a good time to look into any repressed memories. It may be a good time for purging emotional limitations or problems, things like that. And this is causing a lot of tension to the 9th house of your belief systems. So this desire for change is in opposition to your subconscious needs and your need to protect yourself. And it's creating all this tension on your belief systems and the religion you grew up with, the culture you grew up with, how you see foreign people and places, your need for travel or adventure, your vision for your life, all of these things that have to do with belief. There's a lot of tension there. So this is a really good time for you to kind of work through some beliefs that no longer serve you, working on to release things that are not good for you in terms of belief systems, things that you were conditioned to believe, especially through your religion or culture. This is a good time to work through those things in order to improve your health and especially your mental health in regards to like your subconscious, so that you're not fighting against yourself quite as much. Okay, so Libra, this is going to be in your 5th house. The moon's in the 5th, the sun is in the 11th, and Uranus is going to be in the 8th. So with the moon in the 5th house, this is definitely a desire for change, rebellion, innovation, spontaneity in regards to relationships, children, romance. So you may be feeling the need to, start a romantic relationship, to be more playful. So and to be more spontaneous in that area. You may really be feeling the need to take emotional risks or financial risks as well with the 5th house. But it's at odds with the sun being in your 11th house. So your ego is really focused on your friendships and your network and the things that are going on with groups and associations that you're related to, as well as business income. So even though you're wanting to take risks, especially if you're wanting to take like financial risks and you have a business, it may not be really good for your business income currently. It might be a little bit too much of a risk, especially because this is creating that T-square to the 8th house. So there's a lot of tension in regards to debt, loans, inheritance, shared income. So you might be kind of having a difficulty with a business partner over wanting to take risks with the business income, but you might have too much debt, or they may not be comfortable with the risks that you're wanting to take or disagree with it in some way. So that's something to think about. It is a good time to maybe take on a little bit of debt and take some financial risks to increase business income though. So if you are thinking of an innovative plan that you would like to try out and it's a calculated risk, this might be a good time to take it. Just make sure that everyone's on the same page and that it's a calculated risk. Don't just take risks. Make sure that you know how much you're risking and what the rewards would be, and how the rewards and the risks are kind of like how they compare. Is it high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward? But really think about this, because it might be a really good time to take on some debt and take some business risks to make more business income if you're being very calculated about it. Okay, so Scorpio, the moon is going to be in your 4th house, and the sun's going to be in your 10th, and Uranus is going to be in your 7th house. So with the moon in the 4th house, you're looking for more innovation, spontaneity, progress in regards to family, the home, your emotional world. So your emotional world might be a little chaotic right now. Your home might be a little chaotic, but you may be feeling the need to bring more spontaneity into the home. You may be feeling the need to move. And this is kind of at odds with the sun being in your 10th house. So your ego is really focused on your career and your reputation, your status in life. So even though you're wanting to change things up at home, you may have a lot of responsibilities in regards to work, or feel like you're more focused on work and the pleasure of work, the risks at work, the risks you're taking with your reputation. And this is creating a lot of tension for you to the 7th house. So you may be having some tension or problem with partners. So this could be that you get into a fight with a romantic partner that lives with you, like a spouse, because of issues in your career. Maybe they think you're spending too much time working on your career. This could also be fights with a business partner because they think you're too focused on your home life and not enough on building the business. So there's definitely likely to be a conflict between your home life, your partners, and your reputation and authority figures at this time, so take that into account. This is a really good time for you to work on building your reputation, though, and how you are working with the public and how that affects your reputation. But you want to come at this from maybe more of an emotional home standpoint. So if you are working to have a business from home or in real estate, this is a good time to work on that. It's also a good time to work on your emotional foundation so that you can do more when it comes to partnerships and your reputation and what you're building. So this is a really good time for career and public stuff. Just be aware this might be some conflict with partners. All right, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, the moon's going to be in the 3rd house, the sun's going to be in the 9th, and Uranus is going to be in the 6th. So with the moon in the 3rd house, there's this need for innovation, change, and spontaneity in regards to short distance travel, communication, siblings, early learning. So this might be a time that you want to take more trips, especially short distance trips. This might be a time where you want to get a new car. It could be a time that you're really wanting to go out there and be part of the community. However, this is at odds with your ego in the 9th house. So with the 9th house, we're looking at your ego is really focused on faraway places, foreign places, long distance travel, culture, and religion. So whereas you may be feeling the need to travel near home and be more involved with your community, your ego is more interested in going out and being out in the world and learning more about philosophy and travel, religion, culture, things of that nature. And that's creating a lot of tension to your 6th house. So your health might be really impacted and maybe even chaotic at this time. So you're likely to experience sudden health issues potentially because of you're wanting to do a lot of traveling and be in a lot of places at one time. Your belief systems and your early education could also be really impacting your health. This is a really good time to go travel for work, though. So if you are interested in finishing something that has to do with traveling someplace for work, this would be a good time to do it. Okay, so Capricorn, the moon's going to be in your 2nd house. The sun is going to be in your 8th house, and Uranus is going to be in your 5th house. So emotionally, there might be a lot of chaos in regards to your finances, or you're looking for some kind of change or progress in regards to your finances, material wealth and possessions, as well as your values. Maybe there's changes in your value system currently, which is at odds with your ego in regards to the 8th house of shared resources, debt. So you may have a lot of debt that you need to deal with that's making it harder for you to make money or change how you make money. You may be waiting for an inheritance, and you can't change your job because you're not quite stable enough until you get that inheritance. You may be also looking for loans. There's something to do with this tension between the income you have currently and these shared resources. Now, this is causing all this tension to the 5th house of romance and children. So you're likely having some kind of problems with your children over money and shared resources. So, and or your romantic partners. So your romantic partners might not be happy about how you're sharing resources and how much money you're making. Your children may be having some kind of argument with you over inheritance and what they think they deserve based on what you have. So that could be some kind of conflict. As well as, this is a time though that you could maybe take some financial risks because of the activations of from the 2nd to the 8th to the 5th. This might be a good time to, if you were to gamble, and I'm not saying to gamble because gambling can be bad, especially if it can lead to addiction, and that would be horrible. So gamble responsibly, if at all, right? But this is a time that you could maybe make some sudden money through gambling, potentially, because Uranus is in the 5th house. But this is a real time to like maybe look at increasing your income and shared resources through risk taking, not necessarily gambling. This could also be business or some other financial risk that offers some sort of reward, like investing in stocks. So maybe take some time to think about what are some calculated risks you could take in order to improve your income and shared resources at this time. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, the moon is going to be in your 1st house. The sun is going to be in your 7th house. And Uranus is going to be in your 4th house. Okay, so with this, with the moon in your 1st house, you're very focused on innovation and expression and change in regard to your sense of self. So you may be reinventing yourself at this time. You may be just really focused on your own personal freedom and independence. But this is at odds with your ego because the sun is in your 7th house of partnerships. So your ego is really focused on other people, how you appear to the public, your one-on-one relationships, potentially a spouse. So you may be in conflict with people in general, especially these close one-on-one relationships, based on your emotional needs versus what you think you should do in a relationship and what your partners are asking for you out of a relationship. And this is creating a lot of tension in your home life. So this is likely someone you live with. It could be a spouse that you live with, or even potentially a business partner that's also a roommate. But likely the relationships, the one-on-one relationships you have with people that you live with, or also your one-on-one relationships with family, is taking a heavy hit from this. So there may be some conflict with a spouse or a family member. Now, this is a good time to maybe work on building a family or working on the home and partnering with people. This is a good time to maybe get married or find a romantic partner. But definitely there's some action from the 1st to 7th to 4th. So this is all about your one-on-one relationships, specifically people that you live with. So this is a good time for you to work with people that you live with, specifically like partners, in order to accomplish things regarding the public as well as the home. All right, so Pisces, the moon is going to be in your 12th house. The sun is going to be in your 6th house. And Uranus is going to be in the 3rd house. So with the moon in the 12th house, you're very sensitive right now. You're very focused on healing and regeneration. There might be some self-sabotaging here and fantasy as well. However, that's at odds with the sun being in your 6th house. So your ego is very focused on your health and your day-to-day life and your work. And this is creating a lot of tension to the 3rd house of siblings and community and short distance travel. So this could be some issues with cars that's affecting your health. So you might be struggling to drive, or you may be struggling mentally because you don't have a car right now. But it looks like your spiritual and physical health are taking a hit, and it's really affecting your ability to drive, communicate, connect with your siblings, community, cousins, etc., and or learn new things. So that is kind of difficult. And this could definitely be like some miscommunication at work. specifically as well. So I would take some time to rest because it seems like your health is really being impacted. You really need some rest. Of course, make sure that you're still taking care of your responsibilities at work, especially enjoying it as much as you can with the sun being in Leo. And just make sure that you're being clear with your communication, and having more rest will help with that. I mean, this is also a really good time to communicate about your health and your needs at work and your spiritual needs and your spirituality. So if you are looking to finish something in regards to health and spirituality that you want to communicate, like writing a book about health and spirituality, or writing something for work, this is a good time to finish those types of projects for you right now. So that is the horoscopes. All right. So that is celestial guidance for the week. So this full moon is going to be on Monday, August 19th. And of course, if you're interested about learning how to do astrology yourself, I am doing my Astrology Basics course. The workshop series has already started. Next week, so next Thursday, is going to be the next workshop, and that's going to be on the 12 houses. So if you're interested in either workshop, of course, sign up, or you can message me or check out the website because all of this is also on the website, on the page for Astrology Basics course, which you can get to from the home page. You just got to scroll to the bottom and it'll say something about learn more for the Astrology Basics course. Click that and it'll take you to the Astrology Basics course page on the website where it has all the workshops, and I believe it has all the payment links as well. So yeah, if you're interested about learning astrology, sign up for one of the courses. If you want to take the whole course, I will be doing this workshop series again in about 2 months because I'm going to finish this one, do some promoting, and then do it again. So it's going to be some time. But it is going wonderfully. We already had our first workshop. It went amazing. I have some amazing students. Love working with them. And it is so great. And that they were shocked with how much information I provided in just an hour, honestly. It was a lot. They might have been a little overwhelmed. But that's because I'm providing so much information and so much value so that you can actually really do this yourself. And other than that, I think I'm going to get out of here. If you are interested in getting a personal one-on-one reading, that link is also going to be in the comments and in the description. If you want a free birth chart, that's also in the comments and description. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Bye.